This episode of the Metal Cell podcast is sponsored by Dublin's legendary pub, the Foggy Jew. Located beside the historic Central Bank and Temple Bar, the Foggy Jew is steeped in music heritage and has a long-standing reputation for live music. The perfect home for great pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection. Hey everyone, this is Letty from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm here with the lads from Abaddon Incarnate. Guys, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good, all good. We're getting all the movie references going. We're pumped for Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot wait.
Absolutely, yeah. It's gonna rock. It's gonna rock.
So, to the listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
Well, I'm Cory. I play bass and I do vocals.
Olan and drums for quite some time.
How long?
Quite some time.
Tell the listeners.
Quite some time.
I think it says on Spotify since 1995.
1995. That's old.
No?
No, that's not old. That's not old. That's not.
I love it. So you guys are playing the Grand Social tonight with Zealot Cult and Cancer.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
I'm really excited actually because I've loved Cancer for years. The band, that is. I love the first two albums, were classic death metal albums. So yeah, I'm chuffed, really. And it's cool to be playing with shows with these guys again, to be honest with you.
Awesome. Olan, are you excited?
It feels a bit surreal. I can remember, listening to Cancer back in the day. And still remember, like, when I was in uni and sort of just hanging out with people and sticking on. I remember Hung Drawn Quartered, listened to that over and over and over and over. And now, so many years later, it feels a bit weird to be playing with them, but it's great that they're still going. It's great that we're still going.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good night, I think. Yeah.
Into the acid.
Awesome. And you guys played Belfast and Dublin with Pentagram Chili and Devil's Henchman earlier in the year. How was that?
Let Olan answer that.
Thanks. It was really good. Those that I suppose follow the band a bit know that we've been through some lineup changes, so it was a really good opportunity to sort of consolidate that. And I think by the time we'd done the UK gigs and come over here, it was just it was starting to feel really strong again. And obviously we were working with Diablo for that. They did an amazing job on it. It was logistically it was quite tricky, but. Yeah, they were just really good at sort of, kind of rolling risk assessments with the whole thing and managing it. So, and the Dublin show was great at the end. So it was really nice. We haven't played Dublin obviously for a long time. Overall, I think it was a really good sort of mini tour. But it was cool, wasn't it?
It was good fun. Yeah, it was nice to get back on the stage with the lads as well. So I was there before and came back. As Olan said, it was great experience, and it was great to be back on stage again, especially in Dublin. The band was excellent. So chuffed.
Good stuff. And shout out to Diablo Productions, of course.
Absolutely. Shout out to Diablo Productions.
Yeah, check out.
Sorry, who? Is that Diablo?
Diablo.
And you guys released the Wretched Sermon in 2022. How was the recording process for it?
Well, you'll have to answer that one.
Pass back to Olan. How was the recording process for the Wretched Sermon?
Yeah, it was really good. I could just leave it at that. No, we recorded Chris Fielding over in sort of South Wales in his studio in Skyhammer. I'd worked with him before, so I knew the way he kind of works. He's really chilled out, but like drives the process really, really well. Not to say that he's a perfectionist, but he doesn't just let things slide
or slap it together kind of.
Nah, he definitely doesn't. So it was quite. I guess it was quite an intense period.
How long were you over there
I
for?
think it was 10 days or something we did it for.
The whole thing?
Including some of the mixing, but then the mixing happened sort of subsequently. But yeah, he's moved the studio now. He's not where it was at Foal anymore. I'm sure lots of people know that, but it was a really nice studio to work in, pretty chilled out. But the recording itself, I guess, was as you'd expect, but it was the writing of it was the tricky bit, because it was written all through COVID. So bearing in mind that I live in the UK, so stuff was being sent back and forward. I was tracking it with an electric kit, sending that back. So I guess like any recording process, there's a lot of to and fro. So I guess it took just over a year maybe to write it, and then we had just a really short period of quite intense rehearsals, and then that was it. So different, but great working with Chris. Yeah.
And what electric kit was you using in the UK?
It's an old Roland. I've had it, I suppose, about 8 or 9 years now. The brain on that is useless compared to what you can do with software, obviously with Macs and stuff like that. So just being able to trigger that through the software now is amazing. And Cory and I have been writing quite a bit of new stuff, and it's just exponential in terms of what you're able to do. Plus, I'm learning more. We're learning more about it. We're kind of introducing ourselves into the digital age, slowly dragging our dinosaur carcasses into it. But it's working, and I'm really liking the direction of the new stuff. So it's kind of been happening slowly, but using the kit plus just the software itself. But we're trying to play it as opposed to just dragging through loops and stuff like that, because you don't get a proper feel for it. So still trying to use the electric kit, but just bouncing it all through.
Kind of like regression, progression, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a point of phrase.
Yeah. So still using it. Still works fine. It's just a triggering instrument, isn't it? So it's working all right.
Awesome. And what are the thoughts on the new stuff? Can we expect it in late 2025, early 2026, or TBA?
We haven't got a full album's worth of stuff written, because this is all so new. We're just really trying to get to a point, I guess, where everyone feels in place again. Yeah. Having Cory back has been massive for me and Bill. That's back to kind of 2/3 of the Nadir lineup. Yeah. And that kind of feeling is coming back. And I mean, for me, the Nadir era, obviously I wasn't there after that for a while, but it was definitely a high point for me. So a lot of that energy is still there, even after all this time, which is cool. And having Dave in now,
makes a big difference.
It's really good, and that's not to sort of dismiss the years gone, because obviously that all builds, and Dave is stepping in to fill some pretty big shoes, and he's doing an amazing job, and of course we have to say that, but he really is, and he's open to stuff, and he's really trying hard, and this is what, our 8th, 9th gig now with him, so it's exciting because it's new, and I think we're sort of we're getting a lot of that kind of Nadir era vibes back.
Yeah, I think the newer
that's kind of what we're pushing for with the new stuff.
I think so. I think you'll definitely know with the newer stuff that it's Abaddon Incarnate. You'll definitely know it's Abaddon Incarnate. But it's also a little bit more. Again, I hate the phrase, but it's kind of regressive, progressive. If you like the kind of brutal truth, if you like the Nadir kind of stuff, you're definitely going to love the new stuff. I think. That's the kind of way where I think it's kind of going.
Yeah, but I mean, you're writing a lot more on guitar now as well, which changes things. So that's brought a new element.
And the tech is easier, and the tech is excellent. And I've just been able to kind of send riffs to Olan, put some drums in it, and we work like that. So we get the kind of foundations down, the kind of fundamentals of the track down, the ideas, if I could say, and then it's either bound to track off to your guys or bound to tracks, and then input, and it just makes it.
Yeah, once you have your foundation down, you can build your house all around
Absolutely. And the foundations for, as everyone knows, good foundation, house always stands. So.
And sells for triple the price.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do not try to commodify our music.
And here's a question for you both, and it doesn't have to be for Abaddon Incarnate.
Okay.
If you could collaborate with any musician dead or alive, who would it be?
Mieszko.
Well, we did though. So you
Well, I do it, I know, but
do it again.
do it again.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's it. Yeah.
I do it again.
That
Mieszko.
was.
That was golden. That was excellent. Working Mieszko was a dream.
When we think back to how that happened, I'd have to agree. Actually, it's such a shame he's gone. I'm not saying that we'd necessarily go back again. Who knows? But he just got it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And our naivety at the time, Cory was over at my place and we were just drinking. And we were like, hey, for a laugh, let's just send Mieszko an email.
Yeah.
Dear Mieszko, will you record our band? And he was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was at work and Olan called me. You never guess what, dude? It was like when he goes, Mieszko. I said, fucking Mieszko answered, man. Jesus, it's real. And it was wonderful going to Sweden. This is back in 2001. And it was like, there was nobody here that could produce that kind of music, that level. You go to a studio and you'd reference certain bands, Napalm or whatever. They kind of go, yeah. You went to, Zealot, you went to Mieszko, and he was like, Napalm, yeah, what album, man? Yeah, and he was really into it, and it was great to work with him. It was just awesome. The whole idea of just being in the studio for the first time, kind of recording like that with someone that just got it like that. It was great.
I think going back historically, back with Scott Burns or someone like that would be amazing just to go through that experience. Not that that's the kind of sound we'd ever want, but just to work with someone in a sort of a retro style would be cool. But I think it wouldn't suit us. But
I think it works for like Skeleton Remains.
Yeah,
in that kind of music, like the Morristown kind of sound. They have that. I think they have that. They have that. You can definitely hear 92, 93, the vocals. But I think for us,
get Mieszko out of the studio that he was in and work in a different studio.
He did that with Exhume, didn't he?
Remember Exhume, yeah. So. Just have his ear and his attitude.
Yeah, I think I'd love to hear with what writing now. I'd love to hear what he would think about it.
I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, beyond that, you're looking at some of the modern producers now, and they're producing some amazing stuff, but it's so technical and so clean. And I mean, okay, it comes down to individual taste, whether you consider it overproduced or not. And I don't think that suits us. I mean, the Wretched Sermon, for me, is overproduced in the sense that Chris did such a good job of keeping everything clean and you can hear everything, and we're not the most precise of players, and yet he made it sound like we almost were. But I'd like to get it back again.
A little more dirt.
Yeah, a bit dirtier, and Mieszko was able to do that and still get it, delivering in a way that sounded just incredible. So, and that's such a rare talent, I guess. So yeah. Well, some of the producers would be cool to put on, produced by, but I don't think it would necessarily suit us.
Mieszko.
Shout out Mieszko.
Rest in power. Rest in power, my friend.
I wasn't even on the scene born when you were recording with him in 2001.
Goodness me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm old now. I feel old, but he's older than me.
My joints.
I hope that made you feel youthful.
We now carry a defib as standard in our kit because you just never know.
You never know, Olan. You never know the day nor the hour, Olan. Just, it's always good to be ready,
You have to show someone in the crowd how to use it, just in case.
Well,
we're too bloody young.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is it? No one's going to
point, click,
grind.
The band was formed in 1995, 30 years ago, according to my Google calculator. What do you think has attributed to the staying power of the band?
I think dedication, really.
Yeah. I think Bill and Steve really were kind of the mainstay of the band for many years. I mean, once we had members come through, Rob Tierney, Alan Kelly, people who were there and so integral to the formation and build up of the band. And then once Cory came in and properly cemented the kind of the Abaddon as the sound that we had then, and with Nadir.
Nadir really was led the way forward musically then.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
And I guess that's when it really latched on, I guess, the Swedish sound, the grindcore sound and so on. And then things got a bit mixed up after that, lots of members coming and going, and me coming back was kind of as a favour initially, and I kept track of what they were doing over the years and all that.
Kept your finger on the pulse.
Side of it, yeah, pretty much. And so through a whole series of events, they lost the drummer again, and I said, look, I can fill in for a remainder of. They were in Australia. I could do the Irish shows as long as we played an old set. It was only meant to be that, and then turned into the album, and then so on. So yeah, definitely, yeah. Bill and Steve were the glue that held it together for as long as it did. But as life goes, things change and people move on, and that's kind of this life, right? But it's really, like I said, I know coming back to the point we had, it's kind of nice for Bill and me coming 360 with Cory back now, and it just really feels like it was kind of almost meant to be, cheesy and all as that sounds, So that has now reinvigorated, I think. Because I don't know what would have happened otherwise, but hey, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Dude, we're getting the band back together.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
And Cory, how did you make your way back to Abaddon?
I met Olan in London Dead Fest. We just met. Coincidence. And serendipitously. And we just kind of stayed in contact. And then Olan gave me a call and asked me if I'd be interested in maybe kind of coming back. And it was a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And it feels really good to be back. It's like it's just a natural fit, so to speak. We were jamming, I think the very first time we jammed, I think around this time last year, just before. And as soon as all of them went 1, 2, 3, and it was like it never left, man. It was excellent. It was just like that. Sorry, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Depending what time signature we're in.
Yeah. But that's what happened, and it was just like this. So playing with Bill again there was no effort. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it
felt so natural.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it was great, and and it still feels great. So long live the greatness.
Long live Abaddon Incarnate. Let's
absolutely, yeah. Long live us.
1995 till infinity.
Why not, man?
Here, now, forever.
It's only a concept. Time is only a concept.
Yeah. And on to our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2025?
Jesus. I don't know.
If you really are serious about starting a band in 2025, believe in yourself. Really, honestly, just believe in your own ability that you really want to do this, and never ever stop. I know it kind of sounds a bit kind of cliche and all that, but it's true. Self-belief is the greatest power that anybody has, actually. So really, just believe in yourself and never stop. And just because someone says no here, doesn't mean it's always no. Someone might say yes over here. So you know what I mean. Just keep on playing, keep on grinding, and never stop. Because the only one that's ever gonna really have any, I think, authority to tell you to stop is yourself.
Yeah.
So just never stop, man. Never ever stop. Ever.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing.
Anyway, yeah. I think
don't stop believing.
It's so different now to when we started playing, and you can do so much at home on your own, and it's very easy because there are some very talented people out there. They're playing drums, playing guitar, doing everything. So it's quite easy to be releasing stuff. And having never played live. Now, from our perspective, Abaddon has always been a live band. I think it's how you learn your craft, because playing in rehearsals versus playing live. playing in. It's not to disrespect anyone writing music at home, because it's all creativity. But I think the band experience is all about
collaboration, isn't it?
the live bit.
Yeah,
and not doing live, but being in a rehearsal room.
Yeah, with the guys.
And that doesn't mean it has to happen every week, you know. But if you're writing stuff, then get people together to play it, even if it's once every few months, Because now we don't rehearse a lot because we can't. Because I live in England and so on. So
Can't get you over Zoom, no.
no, I mean it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same.
But when we do get together, it falls into place. But it falls into place because we've been doing it for 30 years. So we've kind of earned that right to have that space, to have jobs and families and career, and still be able to do this because we've put the time in. So basically, kind of echoing what Cory's saying, is like, have belief, put the time in, because it doesn't come easy, and you earn people's respect. We're still trying to earn people's respect. We're still trying to do the right thing while keep this writing fresh music. And at the end of the day, you're asking people to pay money to come and stand in front of you and listen to you. It's quite a self-indulgent thing. So to respect that, put the effort in, put on the best show you can. Yeah. And the only way that's going to happen is by a bit of graft. Yeah. Particularly with metal. I mean, I guess other genres are different, but yeah. And you're not going to do that over time without belief, And yeah, you're going to write some shit stuff for probably a long time. So what? I think Dave Grohl talked about it loads, didn't he? About playing in a band. He's just like, just get in a room and just start hitting things.
Yeah.
Playing. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, man.
Because the feeling's the same. It could be the shittest song in the world, but if you're enjoying it, then it's the best song.
Yeah.
Well, you learn to walk by falling down, don't you?
100%,
So
100%. So
you just got to keep at it, man.
Just get up and do it.
And fucking grind.
Do it.
Sorry
But
for
do
swearing.
Do it as a band. Get some people to play with, because that's what makes it worthwhile.
And make sure it's good fucking grind. All right.
Cory, Olan, thank you so much for taking the time out your day to talk to me.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. No.
Thank you for coming here and talking to us. It's a pleasure, seriously.
No worries
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank you. And say hello to Richie for me.
I will.
Hello to Richie.
Hello, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Miss you, Richie.
Cheers.
Keep an eye on the guys' socials for new music soon, and the Wretched Sermon is out now.
Absolutely, yeah. Merch, vinyls,
Bandcamp.
music, Bandcamp, AbaddonIncarnate.com.
The other half are busy.
And
over
the boys
there.
are over
Hey,
there.
boys.
They're the boys. Hello, boys. There we are. Very good, very good. Buy the merch, support the band, support yourselves, man. Support the scene, all right?
Support the scene.
Thank you. Point, click,
Support your team.
grind.